It always gets me right here in the heart. The question is, how did we get to that place where we are longing so deeply for something that's so close and natural and is a reflection of who we are in truth? How did we get so far away? And in the movie, as you recall, Dorothy and the three other characters, Tin Man, the Scarecrow, and the Lord, you know, they are all under the impression, under the belief, the tether, that they are lacking something. And so together they join forces and they go on this journey. And this journey is along this place called a yellow brick road. Now you know in life there ain't no brick road. If you see a brick road, go the other way, because that's not going to take you where you truly need to go. But so they begin this journey, and they're looking for someone to make them whole, to make them complete, so that they can be happy again. And so they're told that they should go to the land of Oz, and they should meet the Wiz. But as you notice, the Wiz is short for what? Wizard. And a wizard is what? A magician. And a magician is what? An illusionist. And who do we know in our own lives that is the great illusionist? The ego. So you know, when you start moving towards the land of Oz, you're moving outside yourself into a place where this entity called the ego is the master. And this master of this realm remains empowered in our lives because, first of all, it is able to create the illusion that is giving us what we seek, what we crave, what we yearn for. But the truth is, the ego can't do that because the ego doesn't have any more power than that which we attribute to it. Is everybody clear on that? So, I'm rewinding to catch up. So, they go on this journey anyway. But during the journey, they discover various things about themselves. And by the time they get to the land of Oz, they've discovered that the things that they thought or believed they were missing, they had. But they still want to go home, and they don't know how to get home. And so they finally reach the land of Oz, and you notice the land of Oz is a dark place. There's a lot of chaos and confusion going on. There's an evil witch from the west. West represents what? The material dimension. East represents what? The spiritual dimension. So you see this big witch, don't nobody bring me no bad news. She means news that she's not into. It might be good stuff, but in her world, it's bad. So finally, they get through, they go through those changes and deal with that, and they actually reach the place of the wizard. And what they find out is the wizard is just like that. Just a person. In fact, it's Richard Pryor from New Jersey. Yeah. And he wants to get home too. But he's got stuck there dealing with this whole image of what people are looking for and what they're willing to put up with to obtain it. You remember when he would say, today the color is red. Today the color is green. Today the color is blue. And you would see everything change. Well, what that represents actually is how we conform to what's going on in the world of illusion. This impermanent place is a world of illusion. It's never the same. It's constantly changing. So there's nothing of a permanent nature in this place. But yet, we're caught up into it because we believe, as we've been taught, that in and of itself, we are nobody. That everything of real value exists outside of us. So just like those characters in the film, we get caught up in the journey outside of ourselves. Do you understand that? And we're looking for somebody or something to make us whole. To give us this thing that we believe, we've been conditioned to believe that we lack. So the way forward is to look at, how did we get here? Really? We start young on the road, yellow brick road. Children 2 and 3. You notice the Dora phenomenon, especially for young girls? They all gotta have some Dora. If they don't have some Dora, their life is a mess. Yeah. Please be with me. And when my daughter was young, and Crystal was young, it was the Cabbage Patch doll. Gots to have some Cabbage Patch. If you didn't have no Cabbage Patch, you were out of it. So there's tremendous external pressure on us to externalize our spirit, our energy, our power, and our consciousness. And let's go further and look at the times in which we live. What's the big thing now? iPads, iPods,
cell phones.
You know, and look, if those things were going to bring you happiness, that would have occurred by now. So we're in the world of the Wiz where he's just throwing what he can at us because he's really not the source of happiness. He's the source of things. And he can get you hooked up on some things. But it's moving so fast that you get something new and in 6 months or 3 months, it's obsolete. So you're starting to really get frustrated. Well, when does this end? It never ends if you're thinking that the Wiz is where you're going to get your answer from, where you're going to discover the source of happiness. So we have all of these different experiences going on about where we are. But we want to find our way beyond that. We want to get beyond looking outside ourselves. Well, when I was little, I wanted Hopalong Cassidy, guns, and a belt. And that was the big thing. And then later on, as a culture, the biggest thing was having a television. You remember that? And we thought, man, if my family just get a TV, I won't ask for nothing else. I'll be happy. Everything will be good. Now, how many years ago was that, and how many changes have we had on that? Color ain't enough. It has to be high definition. It can't be 19 inches. It makes us embarrassed when we watch our TV. I mean, we got what used to be a fairly decent-sized TV. Well, now they got 50, 60-inch TVs. High definition, they work that out. And you know, these iPhones and all got all these apps, and you can, I don't even know about it, but I'm aware of it because I always see somebody with one saying, well, I don't know how to use most of it. Yeah, but I got it. Because the Wiz said today the color is red. But remember, the Wiz is going to say tomorrow the color is green. And so on and so forth, as long as you're looking outside yourself for the source of happiness. So let's go a little further and look at the reality.